Hey guys, in this video we are going to build forms hook. So the first form hook will be use input, and so why we are creating this. So this is a hook which basically will be used on any input, and what I'm going to do is like I will define the function and will export it. So we can use it on any input field. So instead of like writing on change handler or value, we'll directly use this hook, and I will destructure the output of it directly on the input element. So I'll show you like how it works. So basically I've taken one initial value here, and first we'll need to define the initial one state, right? So we are already having like initial value, so we'll set it there, and we'll define this value and set value so that we can return this value, and whenever we need to update the value, we'll use the set value. So I'll define one handler here that will be used for on change on any input, and like in event handler, like we know like we get event. So I'm just going to use event dot target dot value, and we'll set it with the help of set value to my state which I have created above. And next thing is like we need to return it from here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one object. I will return value and handle change. Also, like I can also return reset, so we can use reset event as well to just utilize this method as well. This will just set the value to default, which we have already getting it from the parameter. And yeah, so I'll just do one thing, like I will write the set value and initial set it with the initial value here only. Now everything is done in this hook, but what we are going to do is like we will define use callback. We'll wrap the method with the use callback, and the reason behind that is like we don't want this method to reinitialized again and again, since there's no such parameters changing. So what we can do is like we can wrap it with the use callback, and here since we are using initial value, we can pass the initial value in the bracket, I mean the dependency array. Whenever the initial value will change, this will recreate the method for reshape. Now what we can do is like we can go in the app component, and we'll remove this boilerplate code, and what we need to do is like we need to use it here. So what I'm thinking to use it, like I will just do one thing. I'll use form. I'll create a form here, and what I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna define couple of fields. So let's take an example of username and password. So the first, let me define the div, and inside div what I can do is like I can define labels, and yeah, and label, I can name it something here. So I will just name it with the username, and we need one input field here. So the type will be the text here, and I can just uh, keep it as it is. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy it for the password as well, and we can change the type. I mean, here we can add the ID, since although like it's not required here, but like we can use it for styling and all. So we'll change the type to the password here, and like what I can do here is like I can just utilize our hook here. So I'm just going to import my hook, and I will keep it inside the user input. And since we are having using two input fields, so we'll use twice. So the first one is for the user input, and second we will be using for password. So I'm just going to rename user input to password. And now what we can do is like we can destructure it in both the input fields. So let's do it for the, yeah, so these are the values that we can destructure directly here. Instead of like assigning it individually, we can destructure. So we'll need one curly bracket to destructure it in on component, and let's define it this way. And also like I will do it the same for the password as well. Since now we have defined the both the input, we have destructured it. What we can do is like we can just test it out and we'll see like if it is working or not. So it doesn't seem like working. Okay, so I did not change the name of the label for the password. Let me just update it. Now what I can do is like I can try typing. Okay, I'm not able to type it. Let's try to find out what's wrong is going on here. Uh, let's do one thing. Uh, I will define one. I mean, how we'll know like what username I'm typing and like whether it is getting set in the state or not. So for that, like I'm just defining to h2 here. You can style it as per your need. Here I will just name it password and update the user input with the password input. Now, while we'll type, we'll see like the our text will be changing in the bottom. So let's try it out. Something seems not working here. Okay, so what is going wrong? We are directly passing handle change. So there's a no handle change predefined word in event. So we'll have to I've just like renamed it for now. You can keep the alias of it, but yeah, we'll have to return the on change. Now, as you see, like it's working for us. As we are typing, this is getting updated. That's all from this video. Thank you for watching.